Assalamu alaikum. Gym, park, beach, street, even a simple walk outside. Tell me honestly, where can you go today without being hit by fitna? I know I'm not the only one thinking about this. We just don't talk about it. But at 3MB, we do. I was thinking about this after Ramadan. Spending a month away from the gym, the question on my mind was simple. How do I go back and navigate what I know I'm going to face? But let's be real, this isn't just about the gym. This is everywhere. Gym, parks, beach, sea, street, town, or even on the top of a mountain. And it's getting worse. We're in the summer months, and as the temperature rises, so does the level of fitna. Whether it's the gym or the park, you are constantly confronted with the levels of exposure, indecency, and immorality that any believer would find deeply uncomfortable. Even more when you're with your family and your children. And what's most concerning is that this is being normalized, exposing the body, highlighting shape, and drawing attention. This is no longer the exception, it's the expectation. And the truth, it's only going to increase. To what level? Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. But if history tells us anything, even nakedness has been normalized before. Pre-Islamic Arabia, Jahiliyyah, normalized nakedness around the Kaaba. Now imagine that. But Islam came and restored haya, modesty. However, today, the world is reversing back, but labeling it progress. Many of us, myself included, love fitness, gym, cycling, running, trekking, swimming, positive, healthy pursuits, but not without their challenges. Now walk into the gym, you're there for training, focus and discipline, but within minutes, your eyes are being tested from every direction. Not because you want to look, but because you almost can't avoid it. Gym attire has undergone a seismic shift. It was once about comfort and practicality. Today, it's about exposure, provocation, shape and transparency. From skin-tight leggings to scrunch designs to contour sets, clothing is now designed to reveal shape, highlight and draw attention to the body. The objective is not fitness, it's highlight and draw attention. Health and fitness used to be about improving cardiovascular health and overall well-being. Today, it seems the main focus is showcasing your body, especially your posterior, for the world's attention. And this isn't confined to the gym. You see it on the streets, in the park, even on top of a mountain. Clothing today is engineered to objectify women, their body parts, and glamorize them for men's objectification. Turn women's body into something to be looked at, consumed, admired, and ultimately, unfortunately, abused. This is nothing new for Western societies. Sexualizing, commercializing, and commoditizing women has long been its practice, and sadly, women once again are the victims, succumbing to defined parameters, pressurized into conforming, and conditioned and normalized into agreeing to be on display. And the ridiculous becomes absurd when the same Western, liberal, secular societies that promote exposure, designs clothing to attract attention, encourages display, introduces laws criminalizing looking. Now don't confuse that for morality. It's the contradiction and flaws of Western secular liberal society. Western secular liberal societies have no moral basis or compass, no real ethics, no definition of shame, and decency doesn't simply exist in Western liberalism. Society is free to be as wild and extreme as the Epstein files showed, and even beyond. And the Messenger ﷺ said, if you have no shame, then do as you wish. When haya is removed, anything becomes acceptable, and we see it. When a society has no divine compass to guide it, then it is fast on its way to self-destruct. And we see this most vividly through the colonial, imperial nations. Look at their economic pillaging of the world's resources, their political exploitation of the weak, the colonial wars causing death and destruction world over, and the seismic societal decline. This is the West's definition of progress. Its supposed liberation of women it espouses. Its international law and order and blueprint for the world it gloats about. As Muslims, we define this as fitna, immorality, indecency, decadence, and oppression. The beauty of Islam is Muslims are guided by the divine, a non-shifting paradigm, guideline to morality, ethics, decency, as well as to economics, politics, warfare, social affairs. By Islam in the Quran and the Sunnah, which isn't influenced by the insatiable and evolving desire of man for 1400 years. So what was indecent, immoral, fitna and evil 1400 years ago is still as evil today. So the question arises, gym or beyond, how do we navigate these challenges and realities? Is it even possible? Can we not enjoy the gym, trekking, cycling without having to glare into outright obscenity? Is it possible to enjoy the park, beach, seaside park without being drowned by outright nakedness? Or even take a casual walk or venture in town without being left embarrassed? Now let's start with the gym. Calling it halal or haram alone doesn't solve the issue for me. Gyms are intrinsically allowed, even encouraged and extremely beneficial. They improve health, strength and discipline. What is needed is a reminder, guidance, perspective and control. We need to be intentional, practical and aware. So what can we do? We can choose same-gender gyms if possible. We can train at quieter times. We can be strategic and selective on the gym floor, and ultimately remembering to lower one's gaze as far as possible. Outright staring is a big no, haram, without any doubt, because the Messenger ﷺ reminded us the adultery of the eye is the looking at what is forbidden. And what about the outside? The reality is still the same. So we adapt. You change routes, you cross the road, you overtake. Avoid peak times, choose quiet locations, look out for Muslim-friendly halal holiday options. Be conscious, alert, aware and not careless. There is no perfect solution, but there is a conscious effort, and that matters. Also remembering lowering the gaze, not staring, and trying to protect one's eyes from the zina of the eyes is crucial. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, tell the believing men to lower their gaze and guard their chastity. And the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that the son of Adam has his share of zina decreed for him, and the zina of the eyes is looking. We have to acknowledge something important, and that is that it is immense pressure upon our Muslim sisters to also conform, follow Western liberal trends and blend in step by step, handspan by handspan. From modesty to tight clothing, from covering to exposure, whether in sports, gym or outside. And this pressure is real and it's constant. But our standards don't come from Western, liberal, secular societies. They come from Islam. From haya, from dignity, from knowing your worth. I know it's easier said than done, especially as a man. I get it and I empathize fully. But we must, and our sisters must, refuse to accept that obscenity, shamelessness and nakedness is progress or liberation of women. On the contrary, it's the abuse and the objectification of women, and we stand against this. Islam honors, values, protects and holds the women in the highest of esteem and position, and we need to be proud to wear the badge and articulate the case for Islam, and we should never feel ashamed of that. And this leads to the bigger question. With Western liberal secular societies rapidly deteriorating and set to get far worse, is it time for Hijra? The good old perennial question. For many of us, this has always been theoretical, something we mentioned but don't take seriously. However, for me personally, my opinion is that the threshold of acceptability has long been crossed. Now the reality is absolutely different. The question isn't about the fitna in the gym. Don't be sidelined. The question is, fitna has become dominant in all aspects of our lives, in the public spaces like never before, and it's unavoidable. Because this isn't about one place anymore. It's about an environment, a society where fitna is constant, unavoidable and increasing. Now when and where do you draw the line is the question. Now my biggest concern isn't just today, it's the next generation, our children and their Islamic identity. It is directly threatened like never before. What they grow up seeing, what they grow up accepting, what becomes normal to them, that's the real battle. And for me, this is the red line. As to the other perennial question, to where? No land is perfect, no place is free from challenges, but we have to ask ourselves seriously, where is the deen of our children and future generations safer? Where will their identity be protected? You will find plenty of other challenges in Muslim lands, but perhaps not the obscenity which is on display today in Western, liberal, secular societies. Ultimately, the solution is bigger than all of this. It is the unity of the Ummah under Islam in a true Islamic society where we would be at one with our belief and way of life, under a true leadership, the Caliphate or the Khilafah. But for that we have to work, struggle and articulate its case. Until then, we live in a constant test. So ask yourself, are you adapting to the fitna or are you actively resisting it? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.